12th standard. Today we are going to start another one topic of chapter 1, and that is the classification of crystalline solids. In my previous class we have already discussed about the properties or the characteristic of solids, and then after that we also discuss about the types of solid, that is crystalline and amorphous solid. What is the difference in between crystalline and amorphous solid, that we have already discussed. And if you haven't watched my previous one video, so please just go through that, in which I discussed about the distinguish or differentiate in between the crystalline and amorphous solids. What are the properties of both type of solids? Now today our lecture is completely based on the classification of crystalline solids. मतलब कि how we can categorize crystalline solids also in the various categories. So as you can see here, Viche, that there are generally 4 types of crystalline solid, and that is ionic crystals, molecular crystals, metallic crystals, and covalent crystals. We are going to discuss in detail about all these type of crystals or these type of 4 solids in this one lecture. जैसा कि मैंने पहले बात करी कि क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स को हम फर्दर 4 कैटेगरीज में क्या कर सकते हैं, कैटेगराइज कर सकते हैं, और वी कैन सेपरेट इट इनटू द 4 कैटेगरीज on the basis of the basically nature of intermolecular forces बेटा, या हम बात करें कि the bond which is held by the constituent particles. All right, so what type of the bond which is present in between two constituent particle, that will decide that what will be the category of crystalline solid. Like अगर आपका in between constituent particle van der Waals force है, या वो आपका ionic bond है, या फिर वो आपका क्या है, either it is a covalent bond or is it a metallic bond. तो अगर वो van der Waals forces है in between the constituent particle, then the crystalline solid that will be categorized as molecular crystal, or we can say molecular solids. If it is the bond in between the constituent particle is covalent, then it is a covalent crystals. If it is a your ionic bond is present in between the constituent or intermolecular particles, then such type of a crystal are known as the ionic crystal. Whereas if the metallic bond is present in between the constituent particle, then such type of solids are known as metallic solids or metallic crystals. Now, one by one, we are talking about the different types of solids, and the first one solid is molecular solid. So, as you can see here in the diagram also, that there is the structure of carbon dioxide is placed in front of you, iodine it is there, and sulfur. Are you able to see the difference in between these structure? Here you can see the two atoms of iodine that is combined together, this I and I here itself. If you can see here in the sulfur molecule, then there are the 8 sulfur atoms are joined together and form a polyatomic chain of S8 molecules, जैसे कि हम रोम्बिक सल्फर भी कहते हैं. तो ये देखिए इस तरीके से ये ज्वाइंट होके यहाँ पर आपका I2 मॉलिक्यूल्स जो हैं वो डिफरेंट एक पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर क्रिस्टलाइन के उसमें स्ट्रक्चर में क्या है अरेंज हो रखे हैं. एंड सिमिलरली है यू कैन सी कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल्स जो हैं, ये देखिए बच्चे, I can show it with the help of the pen. Just have a look here that this is the CO2 in which oxygen is placed by the gray one color ball and the carbon is placed by the or shown by the red one ball. So all the carbon dioxide molecules, different carbon dioxide molecules, we can say that they are एसोसिएटेड विद वन अनदर, वो एक ग्रुप में है पूरा का पूरा, जबकि आयोडीन मॉलिक्यूल्स एक दूसरे से क्या है, थोड़ा दूर दूर प्रेजेंट है। और जो सल्फर की चेन है वो भी आपका क्या है, वो भी एक चेन, लंबी चेन जो है वो अलग अलग प्रेजेंट है। सो अगर हम बात करते हैं मॉलिक्यूलर सॉलिड्स की बेसिकली, सो molecular solids are the those solid in which the constituent particle are molecules, ठीक है। तो ऐसे solid जिनके अंदर molecules constituent particle होगा, that comes under the category of molecular crystalline solid, which is further divided into three category. And the first one category is non-polar molecular solid, second one is the polar molecular solid, and third one is the hydrogen bonded solid. अगर हम पहले की बात करते हैं नॉन पोलर, एज इट्स नेम सजेस्ट, सो दैट कंसिस्ट ऑफ ईदर एटम्स, एग्जाम्पल आर्गन, हीलियम, जिसे कि हम मोनो एटॉमिक मॉलिक्यूल्स भी कहते हैं। अगर मोनो एटॉमिक मॉलिक्यूल्स को मिला करके कोई कोवलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म करके बना रहा है मॉलिक्यूल, सो दैट सच टाइप ऑफ अ सॉलिड्स आर कम्स अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ नॉन पोलर कोवलेंट solids or non-polar molecular solid. For example, hydrogen, chlorine, iodine, all of these comes under the category of non-polar solids. The atoms or molecules basically in this category are bonded or are held together by the weak London forces. These type of a solids, because having a weak uh, dispersion force, due to which these solids are soft and these are non-conductor of electricity, as these are non-polar in nature. तो charges नहीं है तो freely move नहीं कर पाएगा charge, और अगर freely charge move नहीं कर पाएगा, so that is to be considered as the non-conductor of electricity, as they are soft in nature. That's why they have a low melting points, and usually it occur in the liquid or in gaseous state at room temperature and pressure. Okay, beta. Next one is we are going to discuss about the next one, polar molecular solids. So as the name suggests, the molecule of such substance which is formed by polar covalent bond, means ऐसे molecules जिनके अंदर जो species है, from one species from them is electronegative in nature, so that they can form the polar bond, and that's why HCl, SO2 or sulfur dioxide comes under this category. These molecules are basically held by the stronger dipole-dipole interaction. ये आपने 11th में भी पढ़ा हुआ है कि अगर polar covalent bond होगा तो उनके बीच में जो interaction होता है, physical force of interaction होता है, that is dipole-dipole interaction. And these solids are also soft and non-conductors of electricity, because these are also polar molecules, so that also do not consist of that much charges that the charges can move freely. These compounds, or we can say these molecules, melting points are higher than that of non-polar molecular solids comparatively, क्योंकि उनके comparatively ये थोड़ा सा हार्ड होते हैं, उनके comparatively इनका melting point भी क्या होगा, ज्यादा होगा, क्योंकि इनका जो force of attraction है वहां पे dispersion force है या London force है, जबकि यहाँ पर क्या है, dipole dipole interaction है, and that's why these also occur in the gaseous or liquid state under room temperature and pressure, and solid sulfur dioxide and solid ammonia are the examples of this type of solid. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट आ जाता है हमारा another type of molecular solid is hydrogen bonded molecular solid. Now these solids generally contain polar covalent bond in between hydrogen and small electronegative atom of element, like hydrogen and fluorine, hydrogen and oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen. So all of these comes under the category of hydrogen bonded molecular solids. And water is the best, ice is the best example of hydrogen bonded molecular solids. So strong hydrogen bonding occurs in this type of a molecule, and that's why these type of again, these are also the having a hydrogen bonding, and that's why these are also the non-conductors of electricity. These are the volatile liquids because of weak force, physical force of attraction in between the constituent particle. These are to be considered as the soft solids under room temperature and pressure. नेक्स्ट बेटा आ जाता है, नेक्स्ट आ जाता है हमारा आयोनिक सॉलिड्स। अब इन टाइप ऑफ सॉलिड हमने पहला पढ़ा molecular solid, which is further categorized into three parts or types, that is molecular, polar molecular solids, non-polar molecular solids and hydrogen bonded solids. अब आ जाता है सेकंड molecular के बाद हमारे पास ionic solids, in which ions are basically the constituent particles. Now obviously if ions are present, then the solids are having a force of attraction, that is strong electrostatic or strong coulombic force of attraction in it. ठीक है, in which there is arrangement of cation and anion take place. तो बेटा ionic crystals होंगे, like for example NaCl है आपका, cesium chloride है CaCl2, KCl है lithium, KBr है. So all of these comes under the category of ionic solids, and these solids are hard and brittle in nature due to strong electrostatic force of attraction in between them. And because these are hard and strong enough, so these solids have high melting and boiling point, as their huge amount of energy is required to break the electrostatic force of attraction. These are also electrical insulators in their solid states, because in solid states ions are not free to move, but this type of a solids in their molten state or when dissolved in water, मतलब जब इनका aqueous solution बना लेते हैं, तो these ions are also becomes free to move, and because of the freely because of the presence of free charges, this type of a solids can conduct electricity. ठीक है, next if we are talking about, so metallic solids, अभी तक हमने कितने पढ़े बच्चे? दो पढ़े. One is the molecular solid and another one is the ionic solid. Now the third one solid is the metallic solids, and metallic solids are basically those type of solids in which metal, which is made up of the metals. ठीक है, और metal is basically क्या है? These are the collection of positive ions surrounded by and held together by a sea of free इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. बेटा ध्यान से सुनिएगा, ये थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट आ जाता है. देखो ये सारे हमारे यहाँ पे फिगर में देखिएगा, here यहाँ पर क्या है कि ये हमारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं, ये क्या है? ये इलेक्ट्रॉन है. दिस इज अगेन अनदर इलेक्ट्रॉन. देखो ये हमारा मेटल है, इट इज अ पॉजिटिवली चार्ज्ड, एंड in its surrounding there are the presence of electrons. ये red balls जो हैं ये क्या है? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. और ऐसे ही बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, अगर आप इस स्ट्रक्चर को देख रहे हैं, पूरे को देखते हो, तो इसमें देखिए ये इस पूरे के अंदर यहाँ पर से लेके इसके अंदर तक बहुत सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऐसे ही क्या कर रहे हैं, यहाँ बहुत सारे मोबाइल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है which are moving, which have a space to move here and there. So ये सब क्या कर सकते हैं? मूवमेंट कर सकते हैं हमारे. ठीक है, and each metal that contributes one or more electrons. ये हर एक जो है, एक या एक से ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या करता है? इस सी ऑफ मोबाइल इलेक्ट्रॉन को डोनेट करता है. एंड व्हाट हैपन एक्चुअली कि दीज फ्री, ये जो हमारे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मूव कर रहे हैं, these free electrons, they are responsible for high electrical and thermal conductivity of metals. तो इनके metals हम कहते हैं are good conductors of heat and electricity. It is because of the presence of this these ये जो हमारे mobile electrons हैं, presence of these free electrons. ठीक है, ये इसे हम C of इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी कहते हैं. इन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को हम कर्नल इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी कहते हैं, KERNEL. So it is also known as a kernel electron, and because of the presence of these kernel electrons, metals can conduct electricity and heat. और होता क्या है बेसिकली कि दिस इज, ये देखो बेटा इसमें ध्यान से, ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मूव कर रहे हैं एक्चुअली इट इज जस्ट लाइक अ स्वार्म. स्वार्म पता है ना, हनी बी का स्वार्म, पूरा झुंड का झुंड मूव करता है और एक ही डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है. तो दिस रेड पोर्शन is showing you the presence of electron, और ये swarm of delocalized electron. Why we are calling it a delocalized? क्योंकि ये सारी जगह मूव कर सकते हैं, ये सारे फ्री हैं, और हर पॉजिटिव चार्ज के बाहर, हर मेटल के बाहर क्या है, फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मूव कर रहे हैं, एक या एक से ज्यादा. तो ये स्वार्म ऑफ delocalized इलेक्ट्रॉन इस तरीके से आपका क्या करता है, ये इस metals के अंदर present होता है, and this type of a bonding is known as a metallic bonding, and it is a very strong bond present in it. And when we apply electric field, or when we supply heat to such metal or any portion of metal, then ये thermal energy क्या हो जाती है, ये पूरी की पूरी thermal energy या electrical energy that is spread throughout this kernel, kernel या हम कहें free electrons, and because of which they are highly good conductor of heat and electricity. And because of the presence of these free electrons, these are highly malleable and ductile. And sometimes because of the presence of free electron, the metals are lustrous and possess certain particular color also. Like copper है वो रेडिश ब्राउन कलर का होता है, गोल्ड है वो गोल्डन कलर का होता है, तो उनका अपना सबका लस्टर है. आयरन है, that is a gray in color. So this type of solids are known as the metallic solids. नेक्स्ट आ जाता है बेटा हमारा लास्ट टाइप ऑफ सॉलिड, एंड दैट इज कोवलेंट और नेटवर्क सॉलिड. ना क्रिस्टलाइन सॉलिड्स बेसिकली नॉन मेटल्स के which are resulted from the formation of covalent bonds. These are known as the network solid or covalent solids. Network solids बहुत ज्यादा बड़े बड़े होते हैं, and that's why these are also known as the giant molecules. कोवलेंट बॉन्ड जो होता है स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड डायरेक्शनल इन नेचर है, पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में, और एटम्स जो होते हैं दीज आर हेल्ड वेरी स्ट्रांगली एट देयर पोजीशंस. तो कोवलेंट सॉलिड्स यूजुअली आर वेरी हार्ड एंड ब्रिटल. These because of the hardness or strong in nature, these have a high melting points, and even they decompose after before melting sometime. ठीक है, these are the insulators. क्योंकि covalent bond है तो ions present नहीं होते, and these are insulators and do not conduct electricity. Diamond, graphite, silicon carbide, all these are the examples of covalent solids. तो कार्बन के allotropes जो होते हैं, that is to be considered as the examples of covalent or network solids. As all of you studied about the allotropes of carbon in your 10th standard also, that is a graphite and diamond. As you can see, diamond जो है वो यहाँ पर, this is the structure of a diamond जो कि tetrahedrally है, और ये हमारा किसका स्ट्रक्चर है, ग्रेफाइट का स्ट्रक्चर है ये वाला. इसमें ये हेक्सागोनल लेयर में प्रेजेंट है. तो अगर ग्रेफाइट की बात करते हैं तो ये सॉफ्ट होता है, और बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन इन इट्स structure, arrangement of electrons, because of the presence of a different arrangement of electron, that can conduct electricity also. और इसको इलेक्ट्रोड्स की तरह हम यूज भी करते हैं। ग्रेफाइट रॉड्स को आर यूज्ड एज अ इलेक्ट्रोड्स इन इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक प्रोसेस। और कार्बन एटम्स जो होते हैं, जैसा कि मैंने बताया, in graphite case these are arranged in the layer form and each atom is covalently bonded to three of its neighboring atoms in the same one layer. I can show you, जैसे if I am talking about this one, मैं इसको दूसरे कलर से आप लोगों को दिखाती हूँ। जैसे अगर हम बात करते हैं इसकी, तो इट इज सराउंडेड बाय थ्री डिफरेंट योर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। ये वाला अगर है तो ये किस किस से है आपका बेटा? देखो, वन, ठीक है, इससे अरेंज है, टू इससे अरेंज है, and it is surrounded by this one also. So this one electron is surrounded by three neighboring atoms in the same one layer, whereas the fourth valence electron present in case of each carbon atom, that will be present free. तो चौथा इलेक्ट्रॉन क्या हो जाएगा? फ्री रह जाएगा कार्बन एटम के केस में इन ग्रेफाइट। एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस free electron, basically the graphite is the good conductor of electricity. ठीक है, तो ये good conductor of electricity है। As you can see, different layers, these are sliding over one another in this one case, and which makes the graphite a soft solid and a good lubricant. ठीक है बच्चे? तो एट ऑल हम बात करी हमने, मैं समराइज कर रही हूँ। देयर आर फोर टाइप्स ऑफ सॉलिड्स। फर्स्ट वन इज मॉलिक्यूलर, second is ionic, third one is metallic, and fourth one is covalent. There is constituent particles, molecules present in molecular solid. Ionic solids में ions present होते हैं, metallic solids में positive ions in a kernel of electrons या in a kernel C of delocalized electrons, whereas in case of covalent solids it is the atom which are acting as a constituent particles. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट आ जाता है हमारा, there are the just a few examples also. So there is the we can say, here you can see molecular solids का आप देखिए तो ये आयोडीन का स्ट्रक्चर दिखाया हुआ है। आयनिक solids में ये NaCl is an ionic solid, and this is the arrangement in case of ionic solid. If we are talking about the metallic solid, so हम अगर copper की बात कर लेते हैं, तो this can be the case of copper, in which there is the kernel of the C of electrons are present. And if we are talking about the covalent solids, so this is the structure of your diamond one, है ना? So here it is present in it. ठीक है बेटा? So that's it about today. Thank you to all of you, and hopefully you should revise this topic from your NCERT book and do the assignment which I will give you. So thank you to all for watching my video. Thanks.